A very good day to our beloved lecturer, Miss Uma, and to our fellow classmates. Today, we would like to introduce you to our topic, which is tourism trend analysis in Malaysia. Before we start presenting, let me introduce you to our group member. First will be Miriam, and then Elizabeth, Elena, Rosuli, and Kok Min Shi. With that, let's present our video presentation. Tourism has become one of the world's largest and fastest growing industry. The tourism industry is globally a rapid growing industry and contributes to the economic enhancement as well as generates employment opportunities apart from contributes to the development, especially in a developing country like Malaysia. Tourism industry in Malaysia started from the early 1970s and has become the second highest foreign exchange earner for the after the manufacturing sector. The sector is predicted to grow at the rate of 6.9% per year and contribute almost 30 billion to the nation's economy. In the early growth of the industry, tourism was more focused at the beach resort as a destination for relaxation. It was in 1990s that it extended to include other attractions like shopping, events, theme park, and nature base. The main markets for Malaysia tourism are the neighboring Asian countries, especially Singapore, Thailand, Brunei, and Indonesia. Malaysia Truly Asia is the tagline which is internationally recognized as a unique Malaysian brand to promote tourism in Malaysia. The branding, first established in 1999, had also played a major role as a marketing strategy to highlight the Malaysia unique characteristic. The uniqueness portrayed through Malaysia Truly Asia is the diversity of tourism products offered which comprise almost all the attractions that exist in the other Asian countries. Greater emphasis was placed on the attracting tourists from the short-haul and regional markets of Asia, China, India, Japan, and West Asia. Visit Malaysia Year campaign, which was started in 1990, became the starting point for the expansion of the country tourism industry. It succeeded in attracting 7.45 million international tourists compared to 4.85 million in the previous year. Due to the success, the Visit Malaysia Year campaign was repeated in 1994 and year 2007. Visit Malaysia Year 2007 was launched in conjunction with the celebration of 50 years of Malaysian independence, whereby 240 events and festivals were organized throughout the year. These include the Fluoride Festival, Cultural Performance, Kuala Lumpur International Arts Festival, National Water Festival, Colors of Malaysia, Penang International Lantern Festivals, Gawai Dayak and Borneo Culture Festival, Color and Flavors of Malaysia Parade, and World Firework Competition. Proceeding to the tourist arrivals and receipts to Malaysia. Here are the figures of the past 10 years from 2003 to 2013 of tourism arrivals and receipts to Malaysia. From this figure, we understand that the tourism arrivals and receipts to Malaysia have constantly shown an upward rising trend throughout the years except for a temporary decline during 2003 due to the effect of SARS and Iraq War. Other than that, in the year 2012 and 2013, tourist arrivals grew by 2.7% to 25.72 million arrivals in 2013 compared to 25.03 million arrivals in 2012. For incoming tourist receipt, it can be split by two types, which is business and leisure. Business incoming tourist receipts include spending by group and MICE tourism. For example, booking through corporate business travel retailers, independent or transient business. Leisure incoming tourist receipts include spending by all leisure travels, including those visiting friends, relatives, and others. For tourism receipt, it is classified as expenditures by international inbound visitors, including payments to national carriers for international transport, These receipts include any other prepayment made for goods or services received in the destination country. Expenditure from day trips are also included. However, it excluded spending by students that stay in a country for a period of over 12 months. Airfare paid, fare paid to foreign carriers are excluded as well. Travel and tourism is one of the leading job creators in the world. The industry employs more than 98 million people directly, representing over 3% of the employment. When indirect and induced impacts are included, the industry contributes to the around on in every 11 job worldwide. The share of the world employment in travel and tourism is greater than that for the auto manufacturing and chemicals manufacturing industry combined across every region of the world. Furthermore, the outlook of the industry is relatively positive. Job growth in travel and tourism is forecast to average 1.9% per year over the next decade, compared with 1.2% annual growth forecast for total jobs in the global economy. 500,000 more. This is the number of jobs expected to be created by the tourism industry by 2020. State Tourism Ministry Dato Sri Dr. Ng Yen Yen. The sector has so far helped created some 1.2 million jobs, underscoring the importance of the industry to the economy. Dr. Ng said besides increasing the inflow of foreign exchange, tourism helps boost economic and socio-economic development, as well as create direct and indirect employment opportunities. Proceeding to direct contribution, hospitality service such as accommodation from hotels, tour operation, food and beverage outlets, airline, and many more tourism facilities provide direct employment because their employees are in contact with tourists and cater for tourist demand. Travel and tourism generated 724,500 jobs directly in 2014, which is 5.3% of total employment, and this is forecast to grow by 3.5% in 2015 to 700,049,500, which is 5.4% of total employment. This includes employment by hotels, travel agents, airlines, and other passenger transportation service. It also includes, for example, the activities of the restaurant and leisure industry directly supported by tourists. To achieve a target of 94 ringgit billion, which is $38.4 billion in gross national income by 2020 compared with 34 billion now, 12 high-impact projects across 5 teams has been introduced from the ministry, according to New Straits Times 2011. The first theme will be affordable luxury, following by the second theme, nature adventures, third theme, family fun, fourth theme, events, entertainment, spas and sports, and for the fifth and last theme will be business tourism. Following by the indirect contribution employment, tourism also supports indirect employment in activities like restaurant suppliers, construction companies that build and maintain tourist facilities, as well as necessary infrastructure, aircraft manufacturers, various handicrafts producers, marketing agencies, accounting service, which are more or less dependent on the companies providing direct employment for their revenues. The total contribution of travel and tourism to employment was 1,770,000 jobs in 2014. This is forecast to rise by 3.1% in 2015 to 1,824,000 jobs. By 2025, travel and tourism is forecast to support 2,489,000 jobs, an increase of 3.2% over the period. Speaking of employment, there is a recent highlight in our country, which is Malaysia Airlines sent out termination letters to 20,000 staff. According to the Managing Director, Mr. Mohsin Aziz, he agrees that letting off the staff go is good because they are highly trained and would be valuable to any organization around the world. However, it will definitely impact the employment rate for those 20,000 staff who will be jobless for a moment till they will find a new job, resulting in a decrease in employment rate. Moving on to GDP, the direct contribution reflects the internal spending on travel and tourism, which is total spending within a particular country on travel and tourism by residents and non-residents for business and leisure purposes, as well as government individual spending by government on travel and tourism service directly linked to the visitors such as cultural, example museum, or recreation, example national parks. The direct contribution of travel and tourism to GDP is calculated to be consistent with the output as expressed in national accounting of tourism characteristic sectors such as hotels, airlines, airports, travel agents, and leisure and recreation service that deal directly with tourists. Following by direct contribution, the direct contribution of travel and tourism to GDP was Malaysian ringgit 70.4 billion, which is 7.2% of total GDP in 2013, and forecasted to rise by 4.4% from 2014 to 2024 to Malaysia ringgit 115.4 billion, which is the 77.6% of total GDP in 2024. Following by total contribution, the total contribution of travel and tourism includes its wider impacts, which can be the indirect and induced impacts on the economy. The indirect contribution includes the GDP and jobs supported by travel and tourism investment spending, an important aspect of both current and future activities that includes investment activities such as the purchase of new aircraft and construction of new hotels, government collective spending, which helps travel and tourism activities in many different ways as it is made on behalf of the community of large. Example, tourism marketing and promotion, aviation, administration, security service, resort area security service, resort area sanitation service, and etc. Domestic purchase of goods and service by the sectors dealing directly with tourists, including purchase of food and cleaning service by hotels, fuel and catering service by airlines, and IT service by travel agents. The induced contribution measure the GDP and jobs supported by the spending of those who are directly or indirectly employed by the travel and tourism industry. The total contribution of travel and tourism to GDP was Malaysian ringgit 158.2 billion, which is 16.1% of GDP in 2013, and it is forecast to rise by 6.8% in 2014 and to rise by 4.5% per capita to Malaysian ringgit 262.5 billion, which is 17.3% of GDP in 2024. Following by market share, due to the lack of resources, we came out with our own pie chart, which shown as the top 10 arrivals, which is from the year 2003 and year 2013. In 2013, the growth in tourist arrivals and spending to the government's focus on the initiatives under NKEA tourists, including the promotion of Malaysia as a duty-free and affordable luxuries shopping destination, annual Malaysia Mega Sales Carnival and year-end sale to encourage tourists to shop in Malaysia. For the percentage of receipts for foreign tourists in year 2003, it is shown as 2013 per capita expenditures. As for the year 2013, it has increased to 2,544.90 cents ringgit per person. For the duration of 10 years, we believe the government and many other organizations has tried their best to improvise the percentage market share of Malaysia due to the incidents on 2003. The events and activities included promotions such as Malaysia Fast Shopping Carnivals, Colors of Malaysia and Cuti Malaysia, and the development of Tour Package by Malaysia Airlines and Malaysia Association of Tour and Travel Agents have also added to the domestic tourism growth. The implementation of 5-day work week for the public sector beginning July 2005 had also given a boost to domestic tourism. Other events such as the hosting of international anchor events was also held to attract foreign tourists who were willing to spend more money on facilities and high-quality products each year. Besides that, as well as for programs like Make It Malaysia, which mean to create more closer industry relationship with foreign travel trade partners. Last but not least, we would like to share the implemented plans for the past 10 years that actually brought us to where we are today.